Hello guys, this is HalloweenSwain and today we are going to do exercise number 11 for Fusion 360. Now this exercise is in between intermediate to expert because we are going to use a surface modeling and we are going to use so many offsets as well. But this looks a bit difficult, but this is really easy. So when we're going to start the drawing, the first one we are going to do is we start with the front plane. Now we are gonna make two lines. We are going to use the construction line. The horizontal one is we can go 3 mm, and the vertical one we are going to make 4.5. Here we go. Now we are going to make a tangent, and in order to make the tangent we have to create two lines. Just make sure you cut off the construction line, this one, and this is the second one, and that's it. So now we are going to use a fit point. Here we go. Now in order to make that tangent with the horizontal and a vertical, that's why we drew the two lines. So just go for a tangent constraint, 1 second. And then we are going to use a mirror command. We are again going to use a mirror command. Here we go. So as you can see, this one is almost ready. Now we are going to use the offset command, the offset plane, and just go for 11, and so we are going to sketch on that plane, and we are going to make the ellipse. This one we can go 11, and the second one go for 18. Here we go. Now we are going to go for a surface modeling, and we are going to go for a loft. Here we go. Now we are going to use the second one as a directional because we want to change that shape over here. It's a bit curvy, so that's why we went for the direction, and you can change the curve according to your need. Now this one is ready. Now we are going to use a patch command, the front one. Now if you can see, there is a golden one inside and the outer one is a metallic one. Now I have turned it on because if you have STL model, and if you want to make it the 3D model or a solid model, sometime you get an error because of that normal surfaces. Now this is for the drawing perspective or for the modeling perspective, it doesn't matter. If you want, you can reverse the normal, like you can just change that to outer or inner, and if you don't want to see it at all, you can just go for a graphic and turn on display surface normal display, or disable surface normal display, sorry, and you are going to see everything in one color. Well, it doesn't matter, but it's just a mathematical representation. So the next one we are going to do is we are going to make a sketch on this plane, and first of all we are going to make offset. Just go for minus 0.3 would work, and then we are going to use the line command. Now whenever we need we are going to use a mirror, or we are going to make a 2 or more circles or anything, the construction line is must. So just make a 1 over here and the second one. Okay, here we go. Now this one I'm gonna make a dimension at 2 and make it a construction as well. Now we are going to use a circle at 2.5. Yeah, 2.5 would work. You are going to use a mirror command, and this one has a mirror line. Here we go. So this one is done. Now we are going to use a trim command. So here we go. Now we are going to use the extrude command, and we are going to minus 1 mm inside, and then we have to use a patch. Here we go. Okay, so as you can see, we use a patch from inside. Now we are going to make that holes. So what we're going to do is turn on the visibility, and now we are again going to use the trim command. Here we go. Just turn off the sketch. Now for the back side, what I'm going to do is turn on the construction plane, and we're going to make a sketch on it. And because I'm going to use that outer line as well, so I'm going to use the intersect. Now As you can see, the intersect, I have put it the symbol as I. So if I'm gonna press it I, I can just get the outer words. Now the I shortcut is generally for measure, but I have changed it to intersect. As you can see the red line here. Here we go. And now we are gonna just make a one line, and that's it. Now we are going to make a revolve, use that axis. Now it's a -180 because I have made it earlier. You have to make sure it's a 180 or -180 according to which one you have picked, because if you are going to make it 360, as you can see from inside, right now it's nothing because I have just made that direction. Otherwise it's going to be entirely inside, and when you are going to make a thicker or something, it's going to make issues. So just make sure this is only one side, and just make sure it's a 180. So as you can see, this one is already. Now at that point, I just want to say that I'm making a new 3D printing designs. So just make sure you subscribe my page and stay tuned for it. And make sure you check my Patreon, because you are going to get an early update for it. So for the next part, we are going to make a cut over here. And for that, we are going to use the top face. And we are going to make a sketch over here. Okay. Perfect. So the first thing we are going to do is we are going to make a one line over here at certain place. Now the second line we are going to use up to 11, and then we are going to use a line at certain point, and that's it. Just make sure you hit 11 at least here, and then we are going to use a 3-point arc, one here, and somewhere. Yeah, that one look good. Okay, and then we are going to use the trim command to just remove the extra lines, and that's it. Here we go. So now we are going to use the trim command to trim out the external surfaces. Both of this. Here we go. Just hide the sketch at that point. As you can see, our half model is almost ready now. For the next part, what we're going to do, we are going to start with the offset plane. Now we are going to make it -6. Let's make sure it looks good. Yeah, it looks good. So we are going to make it at -6, and then we are going to start sketching on this plane. We are going to make a one circle. Just go for a 6, and make sure we are going for a dimension, because if we want to change the distance, this is really going to help us. So just make it 12. Or make it 11, and then for this distance we can go, yeah, 7 looks good. Here we go. Now we can do one more thing over here. At that time we are just going to make a one line from one end to another end. Just make sure, yeah, so it's a bit misplaced, so go. Now the next thing we are going to do, we are going to use the extrude command. We can go -35 downwards, and yeah, that looks good. Then again we are going to turn on the sketch. Now we can do two things. One is we can just split the body over here. Now the reason we are going to split it, because if we are using a loft command in order to make this, we need to just need to split the body, so we can easily make a loft. So if we can start, we are just going to use split face or split body. We can just use a split face for this one, using this one, and that's it. So as you can see, we got two faces over here. Now we are going to create a sketch. Now for that, what we're going to do, we are going to construct a plane. Now you can do two things. You can just go plane at the angle, or you can just go for two edges as well. Let's go for, no, we can't go two edges. Just go for angle. Let's see, and here we go. Now we are going to make a sketch. Now in order to make it easily, we are again going to use the intersect command, because intersect will give us two straight point. As you can see, one is here and the second one this body. So we got 2 points here and 2 points here, so we have a clear intention that we can easily join this. For this one, what we are going to use is we are going to use a spline again. This is the one and this is the second. Now you can do two things. Now the first thing is we are going to make this line as a vertical line, and this one we are going to make it a tangent. Sorry, this one. And for the bottom one, because we need a shape a bit like a wavy, so what we're going to do, instead of making a constraint, we can toggle this point a bit. Make it a bit so that it's already tangent. We are going to delete it. Here we go. And for this one, we're going to make it like that somewhere. Okay, here we go. And like this. Okay, this one we can just make it like that, because if you are making a horizontal or vertical, your curvature is going to be pretty smooth. So here we go. So we got our two lines as well. So again, we are going to use the loft command. So for this time, what we're going to do is we're going to use that one line, and the second one we are going to use that point. Okay, but it already has pick one. Okay, here we go. One. Okay, we have to hide the sketch. Second one, this one. Now we do have a guide rails. One is this one and second one is this one. So the loft has to follow that path. Now this one is done. Now again, we are going to do the same thing. This is the one, this is the second, and we are going to use the guide rails. Here we go. So as you can see, this one is a normal. So what we're going to do, we are going to reverse the normal, and that's it. So for the back one, as you can see, you know, sometimes this problem occurs as well, because if you try to patch this this surface over here, sometimes it's not going to work, because all your if you can see the bodies right now, everything is split. So what you can do is just make sure that you can click all of this and just use a stitch. Now you can easily patch the bottom, like if you get a problem. Otherwise, that's totally okay. And now we're gonna stitch the entire body. We are gonna use a shift, and here we go. So our entire body is ready, and now we are gonna, at the end, we are gonna use a fillet. We can go 1.5 maybe. Yeah, here we go. So as you can see, our airport is ready. It's exactly like this one, what I have made it earlier today. And so this is really easy. Now today we have used the surface command. The next exercise, I'm looking for a form command. We are going to learn the form command and try to make a bit difficult one. But yeah, this is all in all, this is pretty easy. I'm working on a new 3D printing design. So make sure you subscribe, and just go for my Patreon if you want to support me. And thank you so much for here. See you in the next video. Peace.